So O.G.S. Crawford, who wrote The Making of the English Landscape, tells us that you get these massive farmhouses sort of separated from the village at the point where we get the enclosures. So what happened was that before the enclosures they were just reasonably rich peasants living in a village amongst their peers. Enclosures happen, they get a great big lump of land and they build a new house on it, which shows the boost in wealth that happened with the enclosures. Now what he doesn't show you is the penury that the rest of the village is left with as they're reduced to making cloth in cottages for increasingly poor prices. This is the Fosseway, which is a Roman road. Today we're north of Bath instead of south, and in the Saxon charter of Grittleton is called On Stretta, and it leads up to a hollow, a coombe called Holladina. This is the Fosseway. The same Fosseway I've been going on about for several videos, but we're much further north. We're north of Bath now, and interestingly enough there's a settlement called Nettleton about 2 miles that way. It would be interesting to see how many settlements with the element nettle in are on Roman roads or the Fosseway, but I don't think there's a connection. I think they've got the same route of origin, a person called Natiel or something like that. But anyway, yes, this is about 10 miles north of Bath, and we're on the way up the Fosseway to have a look at the Anglo-Saxon boundaries of Grittleton. There's oaks everywhere in this landscape. I must have been walking around with my eyes closed for a long time. No ashes that I could see. Some sycamores and limes I've seen, but mostly an awful lot of oak and arable, barley and wheat and so on. So it's an interesting place. It's called Dunley today. There's east and west Dunley. Now, the Dun would normally mean down, as in a hill, but there are no hills here. It's just gently undulating, so it might mean brown, which we still use Dun today. And Lee means either a clearing or one of three things. Everything I say here is incorrect. Dunley is 2 farms and a cottage, and it probably means the low on the hill. Dun meaning down, probably. But the Lee part isn't Lee at all. It's law. In Old English, that's chloa, which means a burial mound, a round barrow. Normally, when it's called a low, it's of Anglo-Saxon age, but it no longer exists. It probably, because the 100, and 100 is a legal collection of parishes, they would meet at a 100 meeting point, a moot. And because the position of several parishes meet at a point north of here, a few hundred yards north of here, which I actually walk past later on, it was probably Dunlow, now Dunley, was probably there, though it no longer exists. charter says Sobi Stretta on Holledina, which means so by the street, the Roman road, which is the Foss, called a number of names along its length. Come down to the hollow Dean, and it's a nice deep Dean as well, which is a valley, and it's called the Hollow Dean, and then it goes on from there.